Bramborough back with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. France campaign began in 1890 on Legendary. The Franco-German War continues, despite repeated entreaties from German diplomats to find a way towards peace. France has so far rebuffed these overtures. Our objective is to eliminate Germany as a significant naval power. Each encounter with German naval forces brings us incrementally closer to realizing that goal. But this work is not finished. There is much yet to do. We've proceeded into February 1912. The Franco-German War continues at sea. And we've got looks like we're just going to have one battle this month, and it is Tempest. What would that be? I don't know what that little symbol above the E is. Tempete? Tempest against a light cruiser and a destroyer. Hostiles spotted. One here, one over here somewhere. There's the other contacts. So this is the light cruiser here. Got a destroyer. This destroyer's got two double deck launchers for torpedoes. Banging up that cruiser pretty good. Flash fire. Which probably means more flash fires coming. There's 2, 3. Done. Check the torpedo range on V58. Yeah, 1.0 kilometer. I don't think we need to make it too easy for her to close within that range. And if she does, let's have our stern pointed toward her. We better comb the torpedo. Ow! Ow. How's that feel, 58? So that coast alarm has been seen off. Almost 500 victory points for France. March 1912. The Germans are asking for peace again at the beginning of the month. Once again, we recommend to the government, fight to the end. Okay, we've got several discretionary battles here. All up here in the North Sea. 2 of them are. Where's this last one? I don't see the other one. One here, and... Oh, these 2 icons superimposed on top of each other. So I think we've got kind of a heavy cruiser battle here. Got some battleship action in this task force battle. And I think we can't see the other convoy one because of the icon. So let's do this top convoy one here, this CA versus CA action. Got Tempest again against a D class, which is a little bit bigger than the German heavy cruisers we've been seeing. 8.3-inch guns, 2 dual mounts. I think they're fairly roughly evenly matched, or at least they're in the same ballpark of size and tech with each other. See what happens. Okay, here we go. Spotted. Sent the destroyer way out ahead. I feel pretty. Nope, that's the cruiser. Don't really want Indomitable to engage the cruiser or the TVs for that matter. I'm kind of hoping I can sneak him around the edge and try to find the transports. Meanwhile, Tempest is way back here. Enemy smoke spotted to the southwest. That's going to be relative to the flagship, which is Tempest. So those aren't reliable directions from the DD when they're spread out like this. Oh my goodness. Took some rudder damage. That was an 8.3 hit there. It's maybe a fruitless search back here for the transports. Oh, Tips is actually not doing too hot here. Kind of thinking maybe better get this destroyer back around to help her out. Let's go back up in speed. Probably should have been using the destroyer to help maintain everything in vision over here instead of going off on the goose chase looking for the merchants. We're still spotted, but at least we're not... For a moment there, we weren't taking fire. We are again, of course. Including from these TVs. Well, we're already slowed down to cruise speed by default from the damage we've taken. Yeah, we've taken more hits and more damage. I think I kind of messed this one up. Should have kept my 2 ships together. Ow! Okay. Indomitable's on the scene. Let's ever take out these torpedo boats first. Slow her down to cruise. 28 knots ought to still be plenty fast enough for what she needs to do. There's some hits. Boom. Okay. Take that torpedo boat out. Let's go ahead and smoke up since we're taking fire from the heavy cruiser. The D class. Okay. Now, let's get Tempest. Turn back around. Let's run Indomitable in for a torpedo attack. So, whoa, shit. Well, crap. I messed that up. Alright, let's rotate back around here. Try to give ourselves a shot here with these torpedoes. Oh, we've already fired. Probably missed with that maneuvering. Well, that didn't work out so hot. At least we didn't take much damage, even with the ram. Collision damage to friendly ships is not a thing, but collision damage between hostile ships is. So, Indomitable came out pretty good from that collision. Keep her at max speed. I'm going to go ahead and turn torpedoes off while she reloads. Just make some hard turns, throw off the aim. She's drawing fire from the heavy cruiser, which is good news for Tempest. She's not getting hit very often due to her janking up. There we go. Okay, nice teamwork once we got the two ships back together. Never saw the transports. Well, Tempest did take some damage. I guess we don't see the repair length, the repair duration, until we get back out onto the campaign map. Yeah, this cruiser, 3 months for repair. Apparently back in Le Havre, location English Channel. Indomitable apparently sent all the way back into the Western Mediterranean for repairs. This might have been one of the destroyers that I had moving. Well, they hadn't really had time to get up to Le Havre yet. In any case. Okay, now let's have a look and see what this other convoy battle is about. Ooh. Okay, we've got 2 of our Rochambeaus attacking a convoy against a couple of different classes, a P class and an M class light cruiser, and one of those old battleships. Which actually has a name. Which means it's really old. Enemy spotted. That's almost certainly, yeah, that's the battleship. Turpets. It's already taken funnel damage. Here's a penetration. Half-belt penetration with a 2.9. Okay, there's one of the light cruisers. There's the other. Get turned around. Let's keep the division focused on the battleship. Torpedo detonation. That's going to hurt. By shifting like this, should shift the fire to Provence. And she's now closer to the enemy ships. Okay, can hold this course like this for a little while. Continuing to focus on turpets. Already delivered almost about 100 hits for 2,200 damage. And that's all been on turpets. We haven't even fired at the light cruisers. Swing back around. I had already been down at 18 knot cruise speed for accuracy's sake. Okay, Provence is starting to take a little bit of damage. Yeah, I think we've seen this class before. It's a 1890, 1892 vintage ship there. So quite a few 6.9 hits, 6.9 hits as well. Doing a pretty substantial proportion of the damage, but of course the majority is coming from all the 2.9s because we have so many of them. Richelieu taking more of the fire now. That's okay. It's her turn. Turret's down to almost only 30% flotation. Got quite a few fires going. She's lost both of her funnels and her forward control tower. And as I mentioned in a recent episode, funnels don't help accuracy. Damaged funnels apparently do hurt accuracy because of increased smoke interference, uncontrolled smoke emission from the damaged funnel or the destroyed. Uh-oh. Torpedo avoidance for Provence. I think he's safe. Turn that back off. It's a torpedo detonation on 282. She doesn't have any more. Oh shit. Turn that off just a little bit. You can do it, Provence. Avoid the torpedo. Ow! Oops. Flash fires. 282, she goes down. She popped once with a torpedo hit. Let's go ahead and hatch her. Just tell her to retreat if she can. Disengage her. I don't think she'll sink from that. which is holding steady at about 42, 43% flotation. Doesn't look like the progressive flooding is spreading. Okay. So Provence is getting out of there. Let her get too close to a CL. What is the torpedo range here? 1.0. I think it was a little farther on the other ship. Does that still display? No. Okay. So Provence is going to be in the yards for several months now. Thousand victory points for us. It seems like with the damage that was done to Provence, that maybe Germany should have gotten a few more victory points than that. I mean, it is a 11,000 ton ship, but it's not all that terribly expensive for a ship of that size. Maybe that's why. Between these three ships, Tirpitz, and the two light cruisers, about another almost 1,300 crew. About 1,300 removed from Germany's manpower pool. Provence, medium damage, repairing for 4 months, and Richelieu will be back out next month. Or maybe not. Saying here, sent to the Western Mediterranean. I think that's happening because of this war, my North Atlantic and English Channel ports are full up. Only 4,000 spare tonnage capacity remaining in Le Havre. So no ship is going to go to Le Havre for repairs except for any ship that was pulled out of Le Havre for a battle. Brest, about 10,000 spare capacity. La Rochelle, about 13,000. A Rochambeau class cruiser would have squeezed into La Rochelle, but there's more capacity at Marseille and Toulon and Nice. So, not to mention got several ships down here in Bizerte and Tunis, which I can't send these ships up to these ports, but I could put them out here in task forces to help out. I think we're doing pretty good, though. We've got 14,000 power projection in the North Atlantic and over 10,000 in the English Channel. These ports are plussed up like this because there's 3 battleships in Le Havre and 6 in Brest, 4 more in La Rochelle. So this is interesting. Brest is a North Atlantic port. La Rochelle is a North Atlantic port. Le Havre is an English Channel port. So when I hover over the sea regions, I would expect to see that I've got 3 battleships in the English Channel and 10 in the North Atlantic. I am seeing the 10 in the North Atlantic. But I'm getting credit for 5 battleships, not 3 in the English Channel. So I'm not quite sure why that is. Even if, now Brest is right here, kind of, even though it's a North Atlantic port, maybe ships that are in Brest, maybe some of them get a proportional chance to also cover in the English Channel just because of where, maybe, I don't know. It's not, and it's not that, well, some Brest ships might be dedicated to the English Channel instead, because we are showing all 10 in the North Atlantic. What is this? Oh, yeah, I think it's these two. I've got two V-class. No, that's not. No, these are headed back. I had moved. I was actually over capacity in Le Havre. These guys are. This little group is going back to Marseille because I needed to get some tonnage out of Le Havre. These are older Diderot class. So I'm sending them back to Marseille, go into their refit. But maybe because they haven't completed their move, maybe these two are still counting for English Channel power projection. I bet that's probably what the explanation is. We'll see what it is on the next turn. Okay. So we've got a battleship class clash here. It's Héroïne, St. Louis class. Okay, that's basically our top of the line dreadnought. Got some Rochambeau assist. Got a La Motte Piquet with us. Got a destroyer for spotting against a whole passel of CAs, an old battleship, but also one of those newer. This is a J class. Yeah, this is the one we saw in the last episode that is bigger. I think it's either a dreadnought or it's the last experimental hull before getting to proper dreadnought hulls. I don't know exactly what the German hulls are. Not a bad ship, at least in terms of where it is for tech level. I don't think it's going to do much against Héroïne, though, with those 9.4s. Just dropped to X5, so we've been spotted. Got the DD way out in front to find the enemy. A little bit of an, I think it's going to be a little bit anticlimactic right at the beginning of the apparently I forgot to turn torpedoes off. Let's turn those off for when I might actually want to shoot them. But right at the beginning of the battle, a lot of the, got a lot of question mark, engine damage, so. I thought I had read in the most recent 108 notes that stuff has been corrected or at least mitigated. But that one kind of needs to start a new campaign rather than continue. This TB doesn't have that problem, though. Pretty short spotting ranges. What's our evening cloudy? Okay. Battleship 4.9 that just popped that torpedo boat pretty hard. Ow! That was a 6.9. Okay, that torpedo boat's taken care of. Smoke to the... There we go. There's another customer. An undamaged one. It's a cruiser. So not all of the enemy ships are damaged. Got a cruiser line out here in front of the battleship. I don't think Heroine will ever take any. Shouldn't take any fire. Sitting back here behind the cruiser line. Several cruisers in view now. $2953. Splashed. That other cruiser was just right by her. We should pick it up just any minute. Okay, I think that's our... Yeah, that's our battleship. Make sure... Let's make sure that Heroine stays that battleship rather than shifting her fire. I think I just targeted Heroine on the wrong target. No, I didn't. I think. BB-731. On the correct target. Yeah, I think this... Yeah, I think that ship may have had pre-battle propulsion damage and probably structural damage as well. I had forgotten there's actually two battleships here. It's just one of the newer ones, and then Odin is that old 1890 era pre-Dreadnought. Okay, got everything aimed here. Through. Okay. Song. Come in here, draw some fire. Maybe. Make a torpedo run on Odin. Probably should have waited until she had her smoke screen available for that. Corpse away. Well, we hit the... was aiming for Odin, but fired a torpedo at that heavy cruiser as well. That worked out. And took out CA-2841. We need to get heroin turned around a little bit here. It's getting a little too far away. Get the cruiser screen backed around. Kherson. I don't think she's going to fix that flooding. Just go ahead and tell her to retreat. Get her out of here. Oh, Lamont Piquet. No wonder she's lagging so far behind. Let's get her out of here as well. I think I've had her too far back from the action. She actually hasn't contributed that much. I'm going to let her get a little bit too far away. Have the CAs head back toward our battleship. Draw the enemy closer. We don't want to draw them right into our two retreating ships, though. .731, it actually isn't doing too bad. Only 73%. Hasn't taken any flotation damage. Hasn't lost any of her towers or funnels. It's a distance from Airwing. 6.8 kilometers. Ought to start scoring some more hits pretty fast. Ought to. Okay, she's lost her main tower. That's going to degrade the accuracy some. Still getting 13%, and that's because our cruisers are pretty darn close. Extensive fire. 731. I'm going to detach Roland because she's got this rudder thing going on. She's not hurt too bad. She doesn't have a speed problem. It's just her steering is bad enough that's causing her to serpentine back and forth, which is not only throwing off her accuracy, but throwing off Massena's as well, because Massena keeps trying to follow her. Yeah, 731 had only taken about a little more than half structure damage before the fires just ate her up. From all the 2.9s on these Rochambeaus. Incoming. 43 fires set. Only directly took 1,000 damage. It's just there were so many of them. Burning at the same time, I guess. That's how that works. Not 100% sure how many. There's a smoke screen back here, so there's something else over here. There we go. It's a light cruiser. This needs to be cleaned up. It's already taken quite a bit of damage. Two 640. There's a heavy cruiser. It's possible these might have been damaged prior to the battle. I don't know that for sure. Oh, no torpedoes in this class. To the west. Yeah, I've been looking for a while, and apparently I've just missed them. We're up to X30, which means I have opened the range. I think that's it for this battle. Two battleships down, several heavy cruisers. This in-class got away. We banged up a few destroyers and TBs and got one of them. Almost 4,800 victory points. Not enormously happy with the main gun accuracy on Heroine. Couple quick data points from the politics screen. So Germany still has a larger fleet than France by a considerable margin, but this active fleet number, that's whittling down. They used to be well over 200. And their crew pool isn't going to do much for new construction. They are building 10 ships. I don't know if they have crew for 10 ships, depending on what they're building, of course. They are kind of maintaining it, even with all of the ships we're removing from their inventory. And they've got a really nice growth number here. Ours is only 10,000. Anyway, so there's that. Interestingly, Austria-Hungary and Italy at peace are at disliked for public opinion. So things aren't going completely hunky-dory in those nations either. Italy continues to have the largest fleet in Europe by ship count. And Austria-Hungary is over 200 as well. Let's just pop forward 1 month and see if our government continues the war or if they decide to make peace with Germany. Looks like we had a bunch of refits complete this month on CAs. And the war does indeed continue. We're getting really close to war with Italy. And again, a little bit of a drop with Austria in the North Atlantic, but a little bit of a bump in the East Med. So we're not approaching war with Austria. Got to be getting close with Italy, though. Masses of dissatisfied pacifists protest and block the roads. What do you propose? No, we've got zero unrest. Okay. Well, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money. Oh, looks like I have to spend a bunch of money. Well, okay. I guess I'll spend the lesser bunch of money. Ooh, we have a new light cruiser hull. I knew we were coming up on this displacement limit. I didn't know we were getting a hull out of this. We'll have to take a look at that a little bit later. And we've got the Mark III 11-inch guns, which basically should be an automatic immediate upgrade to our Diderot class without having to refit. Speaking of which, we saw, let's get the updated number, 165 ships active. And 19, yeah, if you add that up, that is pretty darn close right there to 160 some odd ships. So basically the entire German fleet, for all intents and purposes, is out here at sea in the North Sea in that one task force, except for whatever may be involved here. Lav and a couple of destroyers against CA-2713 and CL-2873. I believe that will have to wait until the next episode. Continuing to whittle down this German fleet and reduce Germany as a significant naval power in Europe. If you like what we're doing with the channel, then leave a like, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe. If you haven't caught every episode in this series and would like to, I'm linking the playlist here so you can find them easy. At any rate, thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate it.